police department for 2 years, and I chose to work with Bremerton because I had an internship with them right after high school, and I really liked the department. I'm from the city of Bremerton, and I've maintained a good friendship with a lot of the other officers here. Into a welfare check because it seems like a woman who possibly has dementia has parked her vehicle in front of a business. So we're gonna go back Officer Williams there. So that lady just needed some help from fires, so we created that J. John, which is an agency assist. Now we're gonna go en route to back one of our detectives because she believes she's out with a warrant subject. So we're gonna head towards her and make sure she's okay. The guy with the warrant was pretty cool and respectful and calm, so we decided to not book him on his warrant, so we cleared that to Charles.
Did you hear that?
Alright, this is the end of my shift. Thanks for riding with me.
They did not book the guy on his warrant. Some guy on this Bremerton Police Department thing that I'm watching. So they had a guy who was wanted for a warrant.
Hey, get that to him. Alright. Damn, man. You scare me, bro? You don't scare.
So they had a guy that was on a warrant. The detective found the guy. They issued a warrant for the guy, right? For whatever purpose. He didn't go into detail. But this is an officer from Bremerton Police Department. So the detective and he arrives on the scene, non-emergency stuff though, you know. And they get there, they don't book him. In other words, he has a warrant, active warrant, but they don't take him in, but they have him. And they stopped him up there at that, that place where we saw those trucks at, in that parking lot. They were right there in that parking lot. Yeah. So they let him go with an active warrant here in Bremerton. Okay. But the point of the video is they just passed the distracted driving laws. Okay. And if you watch that video, that is a clear, very clear, what's the point I'm getting at? That video is very clear in its showing that the officers have complete and total disregard for safety of the public as well as themselves, and they have the mindset that the laws do not apply to them. This officer is not only filming in his car, he is on his laptop while driving. Now this video was made after the laws went into effect. Now someone needs to educate this Officer Rodriguez that you are not exempt from the laws.
No, I know Rodriguez.
Yeah, nowhere in
I've been pulled over by him.
Yeah, nowhere in its face or on its body does it say that law enforcement are exempt from laws. So
yeah, he's an arrogant son of a bitch.
Yeah, you could smell the arrogance coming off the video, that he was arrogant. Now, granted, in that case where they let the guy who had a warrant off, that's actually surprising, considering his reputation and his arrogance that he, projects. He could say that he would like to, that he could come along and file a defamation of character lawsuit against me personally, and I would tell him, well, good luck with that, because of the simple fact you publicly put your arrogance on social media. So if you didn't want scrutiny, if you didn't want bad feedback, you shouldn't have put it on public social media. So therefore, your defamation of character case won't stand, because even the judges will see that, well, you you publicly published it. You see, so your argument don't stand. Because if you thought that you wasn't going to get no negative feedback by the 2 criminal acts that were committed within the video, you wouldn't have published it. But the interesting thing again is he went on a warrant call and they did not book the guy on the warrant. Hence, if you go through all my other videos, my older videos, you will notice that I said one of the loopholes that the officers have in their arsenal is discretion. That was one of the words that I used and told you guys, that it is up to an officer in their discretion. As you heard this officer say in the video, that he was going on a warrant call. So him and the detective, who I'm assuming was the primary in the case, decided that, hey, let's go ahead and let him go for whatever what reason, we don't know. But there you go, there goes the abuse of powers right there at its finest. Not only did they abuse their power by not arresting a man who had a warrant, which actually is good for the guy actually, but could probably result in worse consequences later. However, he could go to the court and actually have whatever that warrant is dismissed based on the fact that the officer used his own personal discretion. So therefore the courts can actually hold that against the officers. So he can actually have his charges dismissed based on the fact that there is a call into dispatch saying that they located this gentleman. But again, and then you have the distracted driving laws all on their own. So this officer, again, non-emergency situations, driving in traffic on a cell phone, on his laptop, distracted driving law, no care for the public safety or anything, and to know that distracted driving is now in the top 5 of the most common causes of fatalities. And if you look for the police, other than they're randomly shooting people, one of their highest, and I do believe it's number 1, their most accidental fatalities is caused by officers distracted driving, using those laptops, running through traffic lights, running through crosswalks, hitting people, and then have the audacity to go to court and say not guilty. Well, there's that. So with that being said, cops better ask somebody, because they're not above the law. And even though you've been programmed to believe they are not. They are not above the law. They have to attain to the law just like everyone else that the laws apply to. And the laws mainly apply to them. So we've already discussed that in previous videos. The laws are actually for them. So, they need to discern the difference as to which way that law actually goes. But anyway, I just wanted to get on here and just share that video with you guys, because I'm going to be hitting you up with some Supreme Court cases, or I'm sorry, Supreme Court definitions that was handed down by the Supreme Court on 5/15/2023. So stay tuned for that video. Look out for it, because it'll be coming pretty soon. And again, this is the Supreme Court definitions that was handed down on 5/15/2023. So, for all you tyrants, traitors, haters, and trolls, you stay tuned for that, because all you that say the Supreme Court never said this, the Supreme Court never said that, well, I just got it straight from the Supreme Court, and I just gave you the date that it was handed down from their session. If you decide that you ever want to get smart and be educated, all you have to do is just go to the Supreme Court's website and you can find anything you want. And you can rest assured that if you're on the Supreme Court's website, it's guaranteed factual law. So therefore, all you dummies who keep wanting to render your opinion without support of case law, guess what? You're null and void. So, with that being said, I'm going to let that go. And this is Dark Angel. I'm outie like cloudy.